Hey everybody, welcome back to Cityscape Brewing. I'm Dennis Fields. Today we're going to be talking about how to make your cloudy beer clear using gelatin. First, hit that subscribe button, grab a beer, and stay tuned. Alright, the day's the day you get to have a beer that you've worked really hard for. You've gone through the whole brew day process, you went through primary fermentation, secondary fermentation, and then all of a sudden your beer still ends up looking a little cloudy, kind of like this one. Well, maybe because of chill haze, or maybe you just haven't had it in the keg very long and hasn't had time to cold crash, or maybe you did all that and it still has some cloudier appearance. Well, I'm going to show you how to clear that using gelatin. This is the same beer 3 days later. As you can tell, so much more clear, crystal clear actually. The outside just has some condensation on it. But this beer is the exact beer that we just saw in that clip 3 days later. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. Okay, so the items that you're gonna need to do your gelatin is a cup of water, 1 packet of unflavored gelatin. Usually buy these in packets of 4 or so at the grocery store. Make sure it's the unflavored gelatin packet. And then a thermometer. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use some filtered water. I have 1 cup or 8 ounces of filtered water. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle this gelatin on the top. And then I'm gonna use my thermometer actually just to stir that around, get that mixed in a little bit. And at the same time, I'm gonna see what the temperature is. Then we're gonna put this inside of our microwave, and we're gonna do about 20-second bursts at a time to get this up to a temperature of 150 degrees. A lot of people say you need to go ahead and boil this, but at 150 degrees, all of the O2 or oxygen in the water is going to be out of the liquid, and so at that temperature most of the oxygen's out, so you shouldn't have to worry about oxidating your beer at all as long as the temperature of this gelatin gets over 150 degrees. But you definitely don't need to boil the water before you do the gelatin. A lot of people do, but that's not necessary. I've done this a lot of times and it works out just fine. Alright, like I said, go ahead, put that in there. We're going to put it on for about 30 seconds the first time. The idea is just to get this up to 150 degrees in short bursts and then stir in between every 25 or 30 seconds or so to see what the temperature is. I just use my thermometer here to stir it and check the temperature at the same time. Turn it up. Stir that around. We're up about 91 degrees, so keep putting that a good stir. Alright, got another 20 seconds. Again, we're going to check the temperature while stirring this around. At about 110. Give this another 20 seconds. You may be able to tell now that the liquid is actually getting a lot clearer looking because it's getting closer to that 150 degree mark. Again, that's when all this O2 or oxygen is getting out of our filtered water. Getting closer. Alright, it's about the 3rd or 4th time now. We've last that probably 4th time. Getting real close. We're probably right over 140-ish, 137, 138. Probably one last 20-second burst and it should do it. All right, we're actually a little over, and that's okay as long as we're not getting way over like 170, 180 degrees. That's okay if you're a couple of points over. In this case, as you can tell here, at this 150 degree mark, it's become a lot more clear of a liquid, and that's because at this temperature, the oxygen leaves a lot faster out of there, even though it's stirring it. And so I'm not worried about it, especially as we pour this into our beer. All the oxygen is going to come out, and we're going to purge the keg again as we hook it back up to oxygen or to CO2. So we're going to do that next. All right, so we got our keg set out. We have our gelatin heated up. Now we're going to take our keg that we want to add the gelatin to out of our refrigerator here. I'm going to disconnect the gas line, and then we're going to bleed out any CO2, and we're going to crack this lid open. Get the lid out of there, and then we're going to carefully pour our gelatin mixture right in there. And then put our lid back on and quickly get out any of the oxygen that might have been in there and purge it again with CO2. So we're going to go ahead and put that back up. Make sure our lid is seated on correctly again. In that case, it was really squeezing out of there. There it goes. And then we're going to go ahead and purge the oxygen out of there as it fills back up. Good way to get in to check to make sure that has a good seal on it is just to give it a couple good squirts on the outside with sanitizer, and then you'll be able to tell, even if you can't feel any CO2 coming out, you'll be able to tell if any CO2 is kind of leaking around the seal, and I don't see any now. Now it's good and seated. We're going to do this about 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah, see how the bubbles there? You can tell, and then when it seats correctly, that will stop as the pressure builds up. So when there's very little pressure, you can also add some keg lube on the top, which I might do to this one just to make sure that it seats really good and I'm not losing CO2 on the top of this keg. But after the pressure builds up, it seems to be sealed pretty well. We're going to do this a couple times just to make sure that the O2 and oxygen is out of the keg. All right, guys, that's going to do it for how to add gelatin to beer. Again, this is only going to help the clarity of your beer. If you have off flavors like diacetyl because you took it off the yeast cake a little too soon, that's not really going to help with the flavors. This is really just about clarity of your beer for adding it to competitions, dropping out that particulate matter, and reducing chill haze. So once you've added the gelatin into your keg, you're going to want to leave that for about 48 hours. You can do it in as little as 24. I like to do 2 full days, if not a little bit longer. And remember, the first couple of pints that you pour out, you're going to get all of that gelatin settling down to the bottom, and you're going to pull that out in your first pint or 2. So you're going to pitch those, and then after that, you should have fairly clear beer. If after that you still don't have clear beer, there is some things you can do. You can just leave it sit. Most of the time, in time, even hazy IPAs will clear out and drop out. And so hopefully this helps you. Again, leave any questions or comments in the video description below. I'll have some of the tools that I use in the link description. Also, as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Helps my channel out tremendously and notifies you when I post new videos. So with that, happy brewing.